Okay, welcome to this commentary brought to you by Ben and James. How are you
Very impromptu commentary. We just noticed two of our good friends who are both decent players are playing on Jinteki, and so here we are.
You mean
Com-
boring players? Look at the
Boring players.
IDs.
We decided to pile the
Jeez.
pressure on them to suddenly tell them that this was the deal.
I mean, look at the criminal player. He's playing Desperado. Who the hell plays Desperado anyway?
No, it's an appalling excuse for a card.
Yeah.
I don't really, and he's also playing Lila, who is definitely the weakest of the criminals.
I mean, yeah, she only came
Should
in top 3
yeah,
at Worlds, right?
he should be playing Laramie Fisk, who, as we know, is the strongest criminal card currently in the game.
Yes, obviously, because it does not help the co-op at all.
Oh, it has not been known that Laramie Fisk can help. Now, I think he's playing Christian Good on HQ there, which is a mistake against criminals.
I mean, there is no doubt. I mean, he had to spend even 1 influence for it.
Yeah, which is, I mean, it might not be a Christian Grid, but either way, that's likely a
Well,
mistake.
we are
And
about to
see,
find
that's
out.
why it's a mistake. There's a sneak door,
I mean, yeah, it is very, very poor play by Kestra right there.
and it
It
was a Christian,
it
of
sure
course,
was.
because Kestro is a very predictable man. Um, and now Kestra is making the mistake of having agendas in his hand.
What was
You
he
know,
doing? He
this
should have played
is
them out on the board, obviously.
absolutely this is ridiculous, and he's paying the price for it.
Obviously, yes.
Um, so Sneak Door, I suppose we're gonna be forced to admit, is actually a reasonable criminal card.
It is
Um,
kind of. Although it does take up 2 memory.
yeah, and that's not really acceptable.
Yeah,
Criminals do struggle for memory.
which is why I think Box E would be a much better choice in Lawrence's deck.
Absolutely. If you play Boxer, you can get a full extended rig out, and
Co-
that's quite beneficial to you.
Indeed, definitely. Uh,
Now he's also played John Masanori, which means that he's likely to tag himself.
I think that's
Uh,
fine since he's probably playing Account Siphon, as all lousy criminals do.
yeah, and obviously playing tagged has never actually had any consequences for criminals
Hmm.
um, at any point, to my knowledge.
I mean, yeah, at most, Castor can just blow up his loaded KT, which isn't that big of a deal.
I especially recommend playing tagged against MBN. They're not known for having any kind of actual punishment
No, no, not really.
tagged.
Yeah.
And Wayland as well. Those two they're solid picks
Yes.
to decide to play tag me.
Yes, and but Castor just had to spoil the fun. He just had to play HP. And look, it's a bank job. Bank job. Wow. Core set card. Man, this guy's really old school.
Yeah, I mean some of these cards you wish they'd rotate out because they just don't serve any reasonable purpose, and Bank Job is one of those cards, to be honest.
Yeah, too bad it would just stick around because it's in the core set. It's not gonna rotate out, unfortunately.
It's a waste of everyone's time, to be frank.
Yep, so dealer right here is going to let the Adonis tick down. We'll see.
He appears to be attempting to build some kind of scoring server. Um, but of course, the problem is that the scoring server's currently got an Eve campaign in it. So, can't score for another 6 turns until the Eve has run out, which is problematic.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine if he can keep Leela out of his centrals, but look at that. I guess not. Although Leela doesn't have any breakers out right now.
There's an R&D interface. I can't quite work out why there's a Shaper card in a criminal deck.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, beats me too. I mean, to be fair though, I mean, it looks like so far he's playing the no icebreakers variant of Leela, which seems to be working pretty well. He's up 2 to 0.
clearly, this sample size is enough.
Oh,
Well, you were wrong.
Lawrence,
Not only that is, but he's playing Kuroda when he could be playing, I don't know
Aurora.
why he's not playing things like Force of Nature.
Yeah, but Force of Nature is half the influence cost, isn't it? Yeah,
Half the influence cost. Just think of it like that.
it is a much better card. My goodness. Lawrence, I'm so disappointed in you.
Well, the Katie's getting big. which
Hmm.
is
This would be
good.
a prime time to get tagged with John Masanori methinks.
Absolutely.
And look at that server, my gosh, Kestra. What are you building down there?
But there's still an Eve campaign in it, so there's nothing. I mean, the runner knows that there's no agenda in there. Why would he even bother running it?
That is very true. Yeah, that is.
It's just a wasted server.
Yep. And see, this is the problem with playing Desperado. When you play it, you want to play 3 copies, and so you have multiple duplicates. You was forced to trash one.
I only run one Desperado,
I mean,
and then
that's why you only have one in the core set, right?
yeah, I run one Desperado, one Boxy, and one Grimoire in my leader deck.
I think that's pretty good for variety.
I like variation. You know, you never know what you're gonna get. It
No, more
creates
importantly, it
adds some
gives you
spice.
options. Yes. Pretty good.
Exactly options.
But you run
Now,
Grimoire. What do you run? What viruses do you run?
uh, I know I don't run any viruses.
Ah, fair
No,
enough.
it's just lots of memory.
Yeah, the 2 memory is just
Lots
too
of
good.
memory. It's great.
Yeah.
So, Kestra appears to be wanting to throw his deck away into archives. If he keeps drawing with Jackson, he could deck himself.
That is true.
That's a reasonable course of action. You know, sometimes the best way to win is not to play.
And this
Uh,
is why Lawrence really should be playing Remy Fisk instead.
exactly. Fisk will be helping him. We call it's process Netrunner. You know, you draw all of your cards and then
You force
and
the cop to draw all your cards and you win.
yeah,
Such a good strategy.
he's inside jobbing the other Eve campaign. I don't know why he'd go for that
I
one.
mean, it's obviously not an agenda.
Yeah, it's just a waste. He could have saved that for points.
Yeah, not sure what
Although
he's doing there. I guess he's trying to draw a card a fancy way. I'll have to give him that.
just a waste of everyone's time, really.
Yeah,
The ice wasn't even rezzed. I don't know why he played the inside job. It's madness.
that's a good point. Very good point there.
Now we've got 2 Eve campaigns ticking down. He likes his sexy ladies.
Very clearly.
So Kester, and we know this about Kester. We've known Kester for it's like his sexy ladies.
Oh my gosh.
Um,
Indeed, indeed.
is this what is he doing? He's raising all of these things. I don't understand.
Oh my gosh, look at that.
He's just giving away the game. I mean,
Yeah, it's all about the hidden information, man. And
you know, Leela bouncing one of those things back pales into comparison to now. You know, we know. I mean, it might not have been Caprice. It might have been something worse.
and you can always just install it next turn. It's not like it's getting trash. I think Kester just doesn't know how leader works.
I'm fairly sure Kester just doesn't know how to play Netrunner. Actually,
That is very unfortunate.
now running on HQ, all that money. See, all that money is going totally down the drain. And that Katie is looking big and fat now. I mean, she's
Oh
got
yeah,
a lot,
she's ripe
lot
for
of
the
cash
picking.
sitting on her.
Indeed.
So the Christian grid has been trashed again. Yeah, I think mainly because he doesn't like the fact that there's a Wayland card in the HB deck. That I think is the main reason. It's not color coordinated. Um, it's kind of offensive, so it had to go.
I can't argue against that. That's very good insight.
Flawless logic.
Yeah. What do you think of Caprice? It's red. It's nasty.
I think red and purple go together okay, you see, but green and purple is nah.
Yeah, and I think she makes a pretty good. She complements
she
the
fit-
sex bots.
Yeah, she fits in with the sexy Eve campaigns, and they've got their bodyguards, the Ash. You
Indeed.
see, the Ash is the bouncer, the Breaker Bay is their club, and then the Breaker Bay. There's 2 sexy ladies in a bay hanging out with a bouncer.
Man, Kester's
It's a
really enjoying
story.
himself.
Netrunner is a story really. There is a narrative. There is a
Indeed.
narrative behind
Yes,
it.
you playing at the book, The Worlds of Android.
No, I'm not, but that's mainly because I play Netrunner to play Netrunner rather than.
Oh, you boring person.
Yeah, I'm not very interested in the lore. I'm so sorry. Now, Kester's put lots of ice on the board, but he hasn't raised any of it, which I think is a bit sad. I want to know what they are. I feel like, he should be raising that ice just spontaneously.
And look at that, a femme.
I thought that's a lot of money. I feel like he's paid a lot. See, the sexy ladies on the corpse side are giving him money, whereas the femme is costing Leela money, and that's clearly just
But
bad game
Leela has a
design.
sexy lady of her own as well. I mean, that doesn't sound right, but Katie Jones is her contact.
Hmm.
And John Masanori's her man.
That's true. I mean,
What Leela is doing with all the ladies, I have no idea. She has a femme and a KD.
okay, so we
Don't
got an
ask me.
architect, which is see, this is why Fem is fairly awful. It's expensive to get through architect.
Ah, that's fine when you have 18 credits on KD Jones.
Not
Anything
anymore.
goes.
He's used them all. You know, I mean, look, the runner had all that money and it's all gone already. Just to see two cards of R&D is clearly suboptimal.
Sure is. But what can
So
you do?
he's seeing two cards. He's managed to steal an agenda because he's a jammy git. Um,
Ooh.
you know, I don't feel like that was skill. I feel like that was just luck, pure
Uh,
luck.
I mean, that's Netrunner, isn't it? That's Netrunner in a nutshell. Oh,
Oh,
come on.
now account siphon is a controversial card in many ways because there's a lot of people who include it in their criminal decks, and this is a mistake.
To say that is an understatement. It
It's
is.
I mean he's just tagged himself, you know, and for no reason. I mean he's gained some money, but not very much.
I mean, he might be playing Data League Reversal, which is decent. Half decent.
No, never ever play Day Sleep Reversal.
No?
Don't ever say that again.
Oh.
Day Sleep Reversal is the scourge of Netrunner,
But
and
in
if you
one
play it,
world.
you're a scum.
In one world.
Yeah, but those people aren't very good, Ben. They have no sense of fun.
I suppose.
So this game is starting to look pretty dangerous for the Corp. I mean, he's still got his Caprice up. He's got a lot less money now because for some reason he has all his ice on archives when HQ is what's gonna hurt. Um,
Yeah, I agree. I mean, he is losing influence, the control of his sex bots. They are all running over the place now. I
yeah,
mean,
see, he's
Caprice in
run out
particular.
of one of his sex boxes run out, and now Caprice is partying alone on her island, and she's a bit sad and lonely.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's not gonna do well for his side games. Not at all.
so yeah, the runner is looking in control at the moment, which is
Fairly
a bit
surprising.
fairly surprising because oh dear, I've got another run on R&D.
He's gonna waste another 8 credits. Why?
I can't work it out.
No.
I mean, I mean, no, I can work it out. He's a jammy git, and he's going to get another agenda because he got one last time.
Oh, right, because he's a
Uh,
luck sack, isn't he?
yeah, yeah. It's just, there's no actual skill in this play. It's just he's a lucky man.
Mm, well,
This is one of the downsides of Netrunner. If you're playing with people who are lucky, then they will win, even though they have no skill. Um, it's very sad.
yeah, that's very unfortunate. Hmm.
But you know, Lawrence obviously is yeah, he's femming. There's lots of femme fatale usage going on here. She's doing the work. You got to give her that. Like she's earning her place on the board. That femme.
Sure is. Although
Oh,
she's pretty lonely on that side of the board as well.
and Kester's wondering if Lawrence is still there. Lawrence appears. Okay, I think Lawrence has gone to sleep. Ah, Lawrence is
Oh,
disconnected. Lawrence has rage quit. Lawrence has
no.
just had enough of this game.
Yeah, I
Uh,
mean, it was a pretty boring slog fest.
I think that's pretty unreasonable. He was in a decent enough position. I don't feel like
No, I think he was trying to send a strong signal to Castro that he's playing a very boring deck. And, I mean, it's true. Don't get me wrong. This...
I mean, you know, the obviously as we've said, you know, sometimes the only way to win is not to play. But I mean, this comes across as very childish, to be honest.
I think it's fine. I mean, it's better than him luck sacking
Now he's
RNG.
spectating. He's
Oh,
spectating the game he's meant to be in,
oh, is he
which
expecting
is
us to take his place?
I don't know. Can we manipulate the cards?
That is ridiculous.
I can't. No. Uh, he's making excuses now.
Oh, that's so obvious. Painfully obvious.
I mean, that's just not fair. That's not fair. I
Yeah.
mean, Kessler at least has come to actually, you know, to actually play a game here, and Lawrence is just completely blown him off, to be honest.
Kessler came here to play a game. Are you sure?
Well, it appears that it's going to be a rather anticlimactic finish to this game. Um, oh,
Or not? Or
oh.
not? There is hope,
I
and
don't
there
know.
is no hope.
Lawrence has actually rejoined the game. He's decided not to rage quit. I'm glad to see that he has some balls.
I think this is all part of the plan. You know, it's a way to get past the ice without actually
I
getting
think this
past
is
the
all just
ice.
mind games. Lawrence has done this whole thing on purpose to confuse Kester.
Oh, definitely.
And
That's something you can't do in meat
it,
space.
well, in meat space, you can just flip the table, of course.
Ah,
You do have the option of throwing your or ripping up your opponent's cards. There are a variety of options that you have in meat space to get around
that
actually having to
is,
play the
yeah,
game.
yeah, that's
Um,
a pretty classic tactic.
Swearing at the TO is a reasonable example.
Oh, your tournaments run with TOs? Good on you.
Well, Tagore just turns up to everything.
Uh, yeah,
Um,
he does, doesn't he?
can't seem to get rid of him. So,
Yeah, he's a student. He's a bit too free.
mm.
Too much time.
so now that Lawrence has come back, he's trashing a breakaway grid, which is well, there's already one on the board. It's already red, so I don't really know why he's wasting his time, to be honest.
And money.
And valuable money, of course. Um, but the runner does appear to have what resembles a full rig on the board. Um,
He actually does. And I'm very disappointed
he
by that.
seems to be right. Yeah, we were a lot happier when we thought it was going to be. Oh dear, last click run into an Ichi. That's a controversial decision on Lawrence's part. I think he might live to regret this.
Hmm. I think he really should have just let the Ichi fire. He's gonna spend all his money.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't want those programs anyway. I feel like he's really missed a trick here to kind of clear some memory out.
Yeah, and that's one thing that the runner cannot do, right? Because for some reason, by the rules of this game, you can't uninstall your own programs.
Yeah, I mean, he has no memory at the moment, which means he can't actually remember what's going on in this game.
That is a
I
problem,
mean,
isn't it?
he's got no idea what's actually happening right now because he has no memory. I assume that counts for short and long term memory as well. So he's really struggling right now.
It does. I mean, that's the problem of playing Desperado once again.
I think that's partly why he left the game. He'd forgotten that he was playing.
Ah, yes, that explains
Um,
it.
all right. So the runner is Casey Jones is dead. Casey Jones was trashed. I think that's
Yep.
I think it's quite hypocritical for someone with sex box on one side to go and slap the female moneymaker on the other side around. But
And thematically, that's a very Wayland move.
yeah.
You don't see that coming out of HB. You don't. You just
So
don't.
Lawrence is forced to just waste his time clicking for credits because he's bad at this game.
Clearly.
Um, that's 3 clicks in a row on clicking for credits, which is just unacceptable.
I mean, that's what happens when you don't protect your ladies, right?
He's uninstalled Sneak Door to install a fairy. In some ways a shame. That Sneak Door looked like it was doing some work for him.
No, but that's why you let the Ichi fire.
But he does have some memory now.
That's true. That is true. That's the
Very
upside.
importantly. So we've gone to sexy man bots
Oh, wow.
on the corp side.
Kester.
Adonis is a. I mean, look at him. He's an astonishing specimen of male
But
fortitude.
honestly, one of the worst all arts in the game. Goodness.
Um,
Does it no
yeah,
justice.
that you know what? In all seriousness, that is completely true. So Adonis and Caprice are now holidaying in the Breaker Bay, guarded by Ash. Um, don't know if that will lead to anything in the long term. They've always been good friends, but
Adonis is
uh,
pretty short-lived, unfortunately.
Adonis unfortunately struggles from being a poster. Um,
Yeah, I mean that's the big problem with Adonis, isn't it? I mean he's there and then he isn't.
so we've got security testing, which is an intriguing option. I mean,
Yeah, I'm kind of iffy on this.
yeah, the runner now has a reasonable set. He's got some memory back, so he knows kind of vaguely more what he's doing. He's got the ability to break through most things. Archive memories.
Christian, oh,
It
Kester.
appears like I don't know why Kester keeps playing this Christian, and he's put the Christian grid on the archives.
He's just being a massive douche.
It's just not reasonable.
I mean, that Wayland card, man, shouldn't be there. It
It keeps
just
coming
shouldn't.
back. I'm just not really happy with it, to be honest.
I mean, is this deck even legal?
Well, now it's got Wayland and NVN cards in an HB deck, and in Techie cards. So he's really gone for the full coverage.
Heh, I'm not sure about that. That's a very iffy choice.
I mean, most of what Lawrence has done in this game has been fairly iffy. He's only got his points because he's jamming. Like
Oh
this.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I guess he should just go full
I
out
mean, the
and
best thing to do when you play Netrunner is to blame luck. Um, you know, especially when people access anything out of R&D or in fact your hand. I mean, when they take something out of one of your servers, it's kind of a bit more reasonable. But R&D in your hand are generally, it's just bad luck.
yeah. To be fair, that's what all good players do. So it's a game of luck, ultimately. And in the meantime, Lawrence has lost all his memory again.
Oh dear, oh dear. He's got two femmes, which is just superfluous. He's got three sentry breakers.
Yes, three killers. What do you think?
It's just completely pointless, to be honest.
It's a joke.
It's a waste of his and everyone else's time to have. I mean, the Corp is doing their best to actually try and deck themselves at this point. I think he's down to 12 cards. It's
Yes,
a
he's
good
getting
effort.
there.
Oh no! Oh, Jackson Howard. Now, I really have a problem with Jackson because, unlike most other cards, when you use him, he actually disappears from the game. He runs off, and I feel like that's not reasonable.
Yeah,
I feel like Jackson should be punished for his.
yeah. They should really rename it Jackson Coward, shouldn't they?
Jackson Coward, absolutely. Very few cards remove themselves from the game because they're too scared to play. But Jackson is one of them. Now, Kester's controversially advancing a card. Now, it's probably a trap. It's probably a June bug in
June
order
bug.
to get Lawrence to attempt to kill himself.
But this is HP. My gosh.
Well, he's already got some red cards,
Oh my
Um,
gosh. Well, I'm lost for words.
so I don't know how Lawrence is going to get to the June bug. I don't. This may be a misplay, quite frankly.
Yeah.
Because if you're running a trap like that, you want the other guy to access it, and it feels like Lawrence is not going to go for it. He's
Or is
inside
he?
jobbing.
Yes.
Where's he
That's
going?
it.
I know he's installing
Oh
R&D,
come on!
which is
He's
completely
just
pointless.
being he's just trying to luck sack this again.
Well, yeah.
To be fair though, it has been
And,
working for him.
yeah, it has been working. He is a luck sack, so it's gonna be expensive this run. So there's no way he can get to the trap. So that trap has failed, which puts Kester in a very poor place.
I think it's fine because the last time I checked he is running back channel so he can get some money out of it.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Two cards. So is the luck sack going to prevail some more? Let's find out.
No? Nothing?
It actually doesn't look like it.
Oh, I think he jacked out. Did he?
Yes. Yeah. Clearly, Lawrence has declined to access, because he
Oh,
feels bad for Kester.
or perhaps it's because he suspects there are two snares on the top of the deck, which would kill him.
Yeah, two snares, of course, would be devastating at this point.
Yeah, because that looks like a Junebug, doesn't it? And there might be
Kester
snares
has
as
raised a Chrysium grid.
and scored an ABT. Is he gonna fire?
Uh,
No?
no, I think I'm thinking it's going on.
That's a very questionable decision.
Well, most of what Kester has done has been fairly questionable. Right, this is starting to look a bit dangerous for the runner. He was on top, and now it's 4-all.
There's
Uh,
still a bit of hope left. He has one memory now.
yes, he can remember what's going on. So maybe he'll start making some good plays. Nope, doesn't look like it.
We can only hope for his sake at this point.
Now, cheering is not a very good piece of ice, because you can click through it. And
Yeah, I mean, I don't know who designed the ice, but it's quite clear that Bioroids just don't make the cut.
yeah, um,
Ooh, that's a good question.
Lawrence is asking questions, basic questions about the game because he doesn't really know what he's doing because he's lost his memory.
Yeah,
He's only got a little bit of memory still. He's struggling to really recall how the game works.
that is true. But for the benefit of all our newer viewers out there, um, that's a good question. Which one does fire?
Security testing fires because it's mandatory. Obviously.
Hmm.
Ben is correctly not helping because they need to sort their own shit out, quite frankly. Ben has taken pity on on them and is explaining to them the basic rules of the game.
Oh, that's very nice of you to call them noob.
Lawrence is yes, Lawrence is arguing with me because he's wrong. Um,
That's what all new players do. I think
yes, yes.
yeah, it's to be expected.
So the game continues.
This boring game continues.
Of course, I'm dear, oh dear. Now, manners are very important in Netrunner. Opponents respond well to you insulting them. You've got to assert your dominance over the other player.
Oh, definitely. Yes.
Um,
And that includes a mandatory insult or mock if you win the game.
and throughout. Um, at least once a turn, generally. But we're not playing, so I'm only insulting Lawrence occasionally.
Yeah.
Because, he's got enough to deal with because he has no memory.
And that's a problem with Kester, right? He's not playing the insult game enough.
Yeah, I mean, it is a weakness in Kester's play.
Yeah, I mean, one thing that he could have done was to fire ABT, get 3 eyes of it,
Hmm.
then, that really is the nail in the coffin.
Yeah,
But no,
absolutely. Always fire ABT.
of course.
Um, it's a game winner.
Yep.
90% of the time, it's a game winner.
And the other 10% of the time, you always have Jackson
It
covered
doesn't
for you.
necessarily win the game for the corp, but it is a game winner. Um,
No doubt. No doubt at all.
so it's well worth doing. Now, Kester's controversially double advancing this card. Now, yeah, I'm really not sure what Lawrence is going to do here. Kester's card seems to be relatively well protected, and Lawrence,
Has no money.
he has no money and very little memory, and
That doesn't help. No.
no, and Lawrence also is not very good at this game. Um, so between those things, it's going to be difficult for him.
But you see the last one. He has some form of beginner's luck, and that usually wins him the game.
Yeah, I mean, we have discussed how Lawrence is a luck sack.
Yeah, multiple times, and it's kind of true.
So Lawrence is thinking here because he's got tough decisions to make. This could be the end of his game.
Oh, sure
there's,
could. Yeah.
there's a new agenda that the Corp's playing called Global Food Initiative, which I don't recommend you pick up. It's not very good, but quite a lot of people have been testing it out recently.
Yeah, I mean the artwork is very controversial. Have you seen it?
No, I despite playing the card, I've never actually looked at it.
If I'm not wrong,
Uh,
it features Tower Bridge and all the food in the Thames, which is just utterly disgusting.
all that food could be going to valuable causes, but it's not.
Yeah.
So Lawrence is really thinking about this. He may have disconnected or is going to rage quit again.
Ooh, that's some next level tech.
He's
Ooh,
trying to plan an account siphon.
look at that.
This is an interesting call. I think this. Oh, he's bumped into an architect as well. What are you gonna do?
I think he's just gonna let it. Can he let? No, he can't. Can he let
No,
it
you
fire?
can. Well, I mean, letting architect fire is a reasonable line of play. I mean, it just installs cards. Like this. This has never been known to bite anyone in the ass.
And yes, I mean at the end of the day, it's not an ender, right? But he can afford
Yeah,
to do
so
it.
he can come through. So he's used a fairy to get back more memory, which is good. Now he can think a bit better.
Yes.
He's continuing the run. Kester is not resing.
Oh,
Is he going to let this architect fire?
he really should. But no.
No, he's wasting. He's femming. Okay, so he's gonna see, and this is why the Chrysium Archives was silly. Like, why did he bother? Um,
But Chrysanthemum's just a stupid card. It really is.
yeah, I think it was a form of protest on Kester's part to put it on somewhere where it's no use.
Yeah,
So the account siphon has hit, which means suddenly Caprice is useless. But she's fairly useless anyway. We don't like her because she's a bit of a bitch.
I mean, obviously she's stranded on an island by herself. What can she do?
Yeah, Caprice doesn't really have any friends.
She's
Uh,
in a pretty bad mood right now.
so the successful siphon has been landed, which is a bit of a scummy thing to do, but there it is. Now he's running the scoring server. I don't know why Kester isn't raising any ice. That's very silly of him.
Yeah, I think it's a big mistake. I mean, there are
That's a
pop-up
big mistake.
windows.
Kester is just letting him in, really, at this point, for unknown reasons. Very confusing.
Yeah,
Lawrence has matched the ashtrays. The bodyguards have not been successful.
nope, not at all.
So unfortunately, the June bug can't trigger
Yeah,
because he has no money, which is a real shame. Oh, it wasn't a June bug.
it
Oh
wants
no,
that food.
it was that global food. Now, yeah.
Scummy. That's so
So the
scummy.
global food initiative is, yeah, it's just not. It's not a very good card. It even costs an influence for an agenda,
And
which
what
is
does it do? What does it do?
just a 5/3 agenda
It
that
does
costs
absolutely
influence.
nothing.
It's just a waste. Now, yeah, Lawrence is now wasting all of his money, trashing all of the things in the server. Um, he's got the agenda. I don't know why he's bothering, but there he goes. He's on 5 tags now,
Yeah,
which means the Wayland goons are going to be hitting his home base anytime soon.
and now he's running an empty server. I think his memory issue is real. There's a big problem there.
Mhm. He's using a bank job. Using a bank job, which is thematically appropriate for criminals, I think.
I suppose, but I don't know. It seems very silly running on an empty server. It's it's fruitless.
So Kester is yeah, he's pretty screwed. I
I
mean,
wouldn't say that.
it's well, yeah, I would. I think this game's looking pretty bad for him at the moment. I think that he's really only got himself to blame.
Well,
Uh,
that's for sure, but admittedly, he does. I mean, yes, his eye setup is pretty bad. As you can see, a lot of his eyes are porous. They can be clicked through. They have no enderruns. 3 architects. I mean, look at that. Look at that.
yeah, I would not recommend you include Architect in your decks. It's a terrible card. I think Lawrence is considering rage quitting again. He's taking his time.
Oh, Lawrence, come on. At this rate, my video's gonna run. My computer's gonna run out of space. Oh,
He
oh,
actually
for real.
has rage quit again.
Oh man.
It's just, I mean,
I mean,
I
it's not like
understand.
he's losing, is he?
Yeah, I understand, but like he doesn't really need the mind games now. He's on top. He's doing pretty well.
I think
Uh,
that was very unnecessary.
yeah, this might be a little a little mean towards Castor now. Um, but Lawrence is a dick. So he's quite happy. See, even Kester knows. Even Kester understands.
Well said, well said.
Um, well, so we're kind of lacking in things to commentate on now because one of the players has run off. Um,
Yeah. Maybe he's the third Jackson coward. We all know that.
oh no, he's come back. He's decided that he's spectating again. Right. Okay. So Lawrence is back again. After taking a quick hiatus.
Yeah. Maybe he just needed his morning coffee.
So dirty laundry. Interesting. Oh, it's a lot of money he's having to spend on that. A lot of money.
Is it even worth it? Is it?
Probably not. But then much of what Lawrence has done makes no sense to anyone. So
That is true. Although he is winning. which is
Well, it's because he's a
unbelievable.
luck sack. Um,
Beginner's luck really paying off right here.
so he's trashed in on his campaign.
With 3 credits on it.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's pointless. Pointless move. So I feel like Kester's actually in a pretty strong position here. He just needs to stabilize a little bit, and he'll be good.
I don't know. I really think he needs to get solve the problem of porous ice. Those architects, man, they're not doing anything at all.
Yeah, I mean he should be running different
Oh,
HP.
look at him doing it again. Empty server. What's the point? What's even the point?
There isn't one. And now he's going to pay for it. There's an Eli.
Well, Kester's gonna pay for it.
Well, no, Kester quite clearly doesn't want him running into his empty server. You know,
What?
I mean, if someone tried to run into your house and look around whilst you weren't there, you would be very happy.
Fair point, I suppose.
You know, it's not reasonable.
But he's gonna get in anyway. You know that very well. Why even bother? You know.
Okay, so the Corp is now managing to gain a bit of cash again. He's only down. He's only got 10 cards left in R&D, which is a cause for some concern actually for the
Eh,
Corp.
not really, because I mean,
Unless he is of course playing to deck himself, which is reasonable.
yeah, given how Kester's playing, that might very well be the case.
Mimic.
Oh, come on.
I mean, how many sentry breakers do you need in a deck?
Twenty
This is
thousand.
this
That's
is
the number.
ridiculous. This
Twenty
I don't
thousand
know. Someone
killers.
needs to tell Lawrence how to build a deck. Really, this is a complete waste of time. So yet another sentry breaker for Lawrence.
And one less memory.
Yep, he doesn't really like knowing what's going on. They are both got 10 cards left in their R&D and stack respectively. They like the symmetry.
I think it's an arms race at this point. They're both shooting the moon.
Um,
They're seeing who can empty the deck first.
Corona down to 9, Corp down to 9. Yeah, it's actually pretty close. So honestly, Ben, we've got to get to the important stuff. Who do you see winning this game? How do you think it's gonna go?
Oh, I mean, without a doubt, beginner's luck has been serving Lawrence very, very well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I have no idea what he's doing now, but he'll somehow pull out the win.
Okay,
That's
so
my guess.
our pick is for the noob Lawrence to win the game.
Obviously, yes.
Um, I think that's reasonable. Yeah, I mean Lawrence has lucked his way to quite a few points so far, so I could see him finding the rest. Truth be told, Kester is installing even more ice on R&D, which is interesting.
I would like to interview him now. I have no idea why he's doing that.
Definitely drawing some cards. He's going ahead in the arms race, trying to deck himself. He's really
Very
going
far.
ahead. Goodness, I don't know what he's. He just doesn't want any of his cards.
Well,
So Kessler's avenues to victory are. I don't know if he has any.
I don't see any, to be honest.
I mean, there's another Jackson Coward floating around who hasn't run away yet.
But what can that do?
Well, I mean, he can use Jackson Coward to put more of his sex bots back into his deck.
Maybe that's a Jackson Coward.
Um,
Oh, whoops. Look where he's going.
Dirty Laundry on HQ. Which is
Look at that. Ooh.
I mean Kester spent all of his money to res that. I don't know about this move.
But you have to give the man props. He's playing an assassin. How cool is that?
So the assassin is actually Lawrence doesn't technically have the money to break the assassin. One of the traces will fire, even if he spends all of his money on the fem. He can only break one of the subroutines, and then we'll have to jack out. So this is a bad time for Lawrence. If he lets it fire, he'll lose 3 cards from hand, which is not brilliant, and potentially a program. Now, freeing up a program is not a bad move because it will free up some more memory again.
And taking net damage might not be the end of the world. He still has 6 cards left in his deck.
Yeah. So if I was Lawrence, I would just take the hit here.
I would actually take the hit of all of the eyes. I mean, look at it. There are no
Yeah,
ender
I take the
runs.
hit, and then I would go through the architect,
Yeah.
and just let it fire because there's only Caprices in archives and Ash, but they're not particularly useful. So
No, not at this point. I mean, Kester is so
yeah,
poor.
yeah, we're too far in the game for Caprice or Ash to really be any use.
And that's the problem with Kester's eye setup, right?
Lawrence is thinking about rage quitting again.
Hmm. That's a pretty fair move, I would think.
Um, which is
I mean, it has served him well so far. It's the psychological game. I think he's doing a pretty good job of it.
I think Kester's really caught Lawrence off guard here. Um, Kester's finally getting on top of the mind games.
I just hope he makes the right move here.
He's really thinking about that. It is a tough call.
It sure is. I mean, no doubt. This is one of the greatest challenges that any Netrunner player has ever seen.
We're kind of waiting in eager anticipation of his. Oh, he
Oh,
is
look at the
increased.
fam.
So he's breaking one of the subs. Which one is he going to let fire? He has no money left, so the one he lets fire will hit him in the face. Um, you know,
Indeed.
fire the trash. He's going to lose a program. That's a controversial decision. Very controversial. He doesn't want to take the net damage. Clearly, he has stuff in hand that he likes.
Yeah.
Um,
Hmm. One can only wonder.
Alright, so he's going to lose a program, which is good for freeing up more memory.
Yeah,
Uh,
there's always that. I wonder which one Kester will choose to trash.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's got interesting choices. I'm assuming he will trash John Masanori.
Um, yeah, he's the only guy left on the board. But
If I was him, I'd trash Leela. Of course,
I think that would win the game.
Lawrence
That would have
can't.
won Kester the
Yeah,
game.
Hester just missed losing the game though, because without Leela, Lawrence actually just loses by default.
He might have mistaken Leela for the fem. The fem for the leader, rather.
Maybe they do look quite similar. The artwork.
Gosh,
They are both blue.
what a pity.
So Kessler throws a solid opportunity to win the game there.
Oh well. And now, hopefully, Lawrence has more memory to
He's
think
jacking
about.
out for some reason.
Oh,
I don't know why. He really should have just kept going straight through
I
that
think he
arc.
really wants those tags. He's racking them up right now.
He is right now. Right, so he's drawn some more cards. This is looking. I don't know. I'm feeling like Kester has an advantage here. That run was quite poorly played by Lawrence.
But Kester's getting
Uh,
close to decking himself out.
it's true. They both are. They're still gunning for the title here.
Yeah,
Kester is drawing a card.
accelerating his demise, surely.
So he's got 5 turns left until the game ends.
Yep.
He's got 2 more clicks to draw 2 more cards. That put him down to 3. But he's instead chosen to play a hedge fund. I don't know why.
Because he's
Because he's bad.
Yeah. money, like money.
So
Oh,
who will? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's still kind of all to play for in this game. Really.
It is a tough. Yeah.
We did think Lawrence was going to take it, but even though he's a luck sack, he kind of messed up. But I mean, Kester did fail to trash the luck. Oh, Jackson Coward.
Oh,
Jackson Coward again.
what a coward! Look at him.
Third one. I'm
lost for words.
I think this is Kester's deck where he only plays 1 Caprice.
Is it?
Which
That
is
would
just
explain a
another
lot.
reason why he's bad.
Oh man.
Um,
I mean, you played 3 sex bots. You have so many of them, and you only run 1 caprice.
he's drawing cards. He's definitely. I think he's looking for that Caprice. I think that's what's going on here.
Well, guess what? It's at the bottom of his deck.
Yes, it is the last card, of course.
It always is.
And because Lawrence is a luck sack.
That too.
Right, so Kester's back down to 5 cards. Lawrence on 5 cards. The symmetry continues. There's a lot of res dice now, so both R&D and HQ seem fairly tough for Leela to get through.
I don't know. I think
But
HQ is
there's no
perfectly
Fem,
fine.
so HQ, yeah, if he wants to free up some more memory and let Kester install some more cards, because there's no end to run on HQ.
You know, he really should. Look at his Kester's deck. If he installs cards from R&D, he's gonna deck himself. I think that's a very strong play. He should just hammer HQ at this point.
Mhm.
He really should.
I mean, we've only seen 10 of the 20 agenda points. So there's a whole bunch of agendas still
There are
floating
four
around.
more agendas left somewhere. Probably in archives, for all you know. Look at Kester being so sneaky about it.
I mean, if we look at archives, there are 3 unknown
That's
cards.
a whole bunch. That could be 3 agendas.
Could be. It's most likely, actually. Clever of Kessler to dispose of them there when he was trying to stack himself.
Yeah. Or maybe Kester's doing the typical trick of installing your agendas as ice.
Mm.
It works very well.
So yeah, this ice on the top of R&D may well be an agenda. Actually, that's a very good call because as long as he doesn't res it, Lawrence will never know that he's cheating.
Precisely.
So that's something I recommend you do in your real games.
Especially at tournaments.
Yeah, especially at tournaments. Just fill all of your pretend all of your ISIS agendas and vice versa, and you can really throw your opponent off.
Yeah, I mean, it's all part of the mind games. It definitely is. So,
And if they do catch you pulling these shenanigans, I would recommend you probably punch them in the face and run away.
sounds
Um,
like a solid plan.
so on install and double advance. Right, okay. Kester is I'm not really sure what Kester's doing here. He's nearly decked himself. So I can't see why he's making other plays, really.
Yeah, I mean, his plays have just been very questionable from the beginning.
Alright, Lawrence got some thinking to do, I feel.
Wow, there are agendas everywhere. Surely he can find one. Surely.
Yeah, I mean, there's got to be agendas everywhere by necessity at this point.
Yeah. I mean, one very good criminal card that doesn't see a lot of play because most people don't know how good it is Forge Activation Orders. Because the agendas are right there. They're ice. And he needs to activate them.
Yeah, if you forge to activate the agenda ice, then you actually score it.
Yeah.
It's a strange interaction. Not many people know. Um,
Or I mean, if the corp tries to be sneaky and trash it instead, you can always
Another
ban.
sneaky mind game you can play is to install an agenda and an asset in the same server and
Oh,
not tell the corp.
maybe that's what Kester's doing. That might be an
Um,
asset. That might be another
so
sex
really,
bot.
he should have installed the agenda in server 2 to really confuse Lawrence.
Yes, indeed. And advance it.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
But in any case, it seems like this is the last turn of the game.
Yeah, one way or another, we might be near the end, which is a real shame. I feel like Hester's really missed an opportunity to deck himself.
Oh, definitely.
Um,
I mean, Lawrence might be going for the jugular here. He might be going for the deck yourself achievement.
yeah, I mean, obviously he would get an achievement badge for decking himself.
Which is pretty valuable. I mean...
Yeah, and some Xbox Live points. Um,
Damn, that's so good.
he's running R&D now. I don't really see why he's doing this.
Hmm,
There's a lot of protection there, and he's
yeah, that's very
but he's
questionable.
a luck sack. He could just put an agenda out. I mean,
I mean, that's how he's been winning the game. I don't see why not. I think this is fair play on his part.
Kester is not resing that piece of
Because
ice.
it clearly is an agenda, right?
That's one of his agendas. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. He Zoo is breaking the Enigma, which is interesting. Mimic,
Oh, I'm not sure
and
if he should
now
break the
he's
archetypes.
corroding Eli, and this is basically all of his money gone. I mean, if this doesn't pan out, Lawrence is
But it
basically
will.
lost.
He will win because he's a luck sack. He's a total luck sack. He's gonna get it. Watch. Watch this.
Here we go. Here we go.
Oh! Lawrence! I'm so disappointed in you.
Oh goodness. Right. So right. Well, that's we didn't expect this. This game has taken a turn, an unusual turn.
Definitely.
Um,
Lawrence might be on the verge of rage quitting again.
yeah, goodness. Right. Well, I think Kester's got this one at this point.
I don't know. If I
Um,
were Lawrence, I would flip the table right now.
yeah, yeah. There is a control for on Jinteki to do that, but you'll have to work out yourself
Yeah, I think
at
Lawrence doesn't know
home.
about it. I mean, he's a newbie.
He's thinking about rage quitting like a lot here, which is understandable because he's played really rather badly.
Yeah,
Um, even being a luck sack hasn't actually managed to save him.
that is a pretty extreme place when luck can't even save you.
So he's really thinking, and I can see why. I mean, in my opinion, he should just run HQ and let everything fire and just do his best Zoidberg impression whilst doing it.
You know what? I think that's his only option.
Yeah,
You might be right there.
the Zoidberg is devastating to your opponent's psychological welfare. The hope being that it will make Kester forget to advance the agenda on his next turn.
That could work. That's a pretty good plan.
Yeah, I'm just going to tell Lance to get a move on. Um,
Oh, look, he really is doing it. He's
I
doing it.
think this is reasonable. There's got to be agendas in HQ. I mean, it may be another Christian grid. Yeah, it looks like Lawrence is just gonna let all of this stuff hitting him in the face.
He will let the R&D sub fire because um he's a smart man. He wants to deck Kester. That's clearly his plan right here.
Uh, yeah, I mean, here we go. I mean, he's gonna lose his mimic, I think. Um,
That's no big deal.
so yeah, obviously the subroutines on the next architect will fire, which
Yep,
is interesting.
I think it's fine. As I said, HQ is completely porous at this point.
Looking at top five cards of R&D, but there are not five cards left in R&D, so that actually causes
Kester to
an
lose.
infinite loop, and the reality just is destroyed.
Hmm. But I don't think Jinteki is programmed to do that yet, which is a shame.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, don't do that in reality. If you let that subroutine fire in reality, it actually creates a black hole. It's very problematic. Oh, look at that, an Ash and a Christian grid.
How disgusting.
Goodness, Kester just doesn't like to have fun.
Nope.
Um, and Lawrence is he's just crying like a baby in a corner, really.
Well,
Gruber has joined the game as a spectator.
oh my gosh, we have a party going on right here.
Party going on, everyone is invited. Yeah, everything's being trashed. The runner is freeing up all his memory, fairly sensible.
Utopia shot, really? Okay.
And here we go. Here we go. Is this an end the run that Kester's? Nope. So, what were their agendas in archives?
Let's find
Time
out.
to find out.
No, that won't.
No, they were not. It would appear that Luxag Lawrence has finally met his match.
Well said. That's a very good title.
Here we go. It's advancing. And that's game, ladies and gentlemen.
That is game.
Thank you for listening to this commentary. We're providing you a fair and balanced view of the Netrunner world.
Yes, an insight like no other. Tune in again for more such content. For now, it's me and James signing off.
Merry Christmas.
Very Merry Christmas. Goodbye, everyone.